Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 41st Ryder Cup. Very pleased to be joined by European captain Darren Clarke. Darren, as we did yesterday, perhaps I can ask you your thoughts first on the day that was, and a good start for Europe in the morning, and a little lost momentum in the afternoon.
Yeah, most definitely. The guys sort of rode the momentum this morning from that they gained last night. Played nicely this morning, went out this afternoon, and we faced some inspired golf by Davis's team, and they played very well. So obviously disappointed with this afternoon's results from a European point of view, but there's still 12 points to play for tomorrow.
Your first thoughts on 12 matches, and perhaps a little description of your strategy as to how you laid out your team for Sunday singles.
Well, as you can see, with us being 3 points behind, we've gone very strong. The whole team's strong, but we've gone very strong there early. So there's some wonderful games that we're all going to see tomorrow out there. Starting off obviously with the first one with Patrick Reed, who played fantastically well today against Rory, who's played fantastically well all week. So there's lots of fantastic matchups there tomorrow.
It's a heavyweight battle right from the get-go. All right, let's begin on number 4 on the left, please.
Darren, how would you characterize fan behavior for the matches, especially as it relates to what Rory McIlroy went through?
Yeah, it's disappointing, but I think you have 99.99% of the crowd out there that are wonderfully respectful. They're patriotic, yes, but they're wonderfully respectful. And you're always going to have one or two idiots that say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and unfortunately that's happened. But overall the fans have been absolutely superb to us, and it's unfortunate you're just going to run into people like that now and again that say the wrong thing at the wrong time in the wrong place.
Let's shoot over to number 3, please.
Darren, 2 questions about Medina. One is, Davis said he and his captains will be discussing Medina and remembering what happened. And 2, and the question is, will you be talking about Medina to your guys? And the second question is, Davis also said he'll never forget a conversation you and he had on a porch at Medina after the match. And I'm just wondering, do you remember that, and what passed between you then?
I remember speaking to Davis afterwards, because as I said, Davis has been a very good friend of mine for a long time. And I was delighted and over the moon for Jose Maria Olazabal, but I also felt for Davis that day, with him being as good a friend as he always has been. In Medina, obviously, they were 4 points behind, 1 point worse than what we are now. But, teams have come back from that deficit, not just there, but elsewhere. So it's still game on. As I've just said there, there's 12 points to play for tomorrow. We're currently 3 points behind. But I've got a team that, yes, they were disappointed whenever we came off the golf course, as naturally they should be. I would expect them to be that way. But we sat and had a team meeting afterwards with the players and the caddies, and some of the players spoke up, and we had a really good, strong meeting afterwards. And those guys are fully believe that they have the talent and the desire to put a result in tomorrow.
Okay, let's go to number 2, Ross.
Darren, just a quick follow-up and then a fresh question. The follow-up, has the heckling disturbed Rory or any of the other players, do you think?
Well, I think if you take a look at how Rory has performed, I doubt it's bothered him. It's actually inspired him. So, he's played fantastic this week. So, as I say, keep going back to the same point. It's just you have the odd idiot, unfortunately, and it's just the way it is.
Follow-up question.
And the fresh question was about Matt. He's the youngest, most inexperienced pro in the team. If it goes down to him, at number 12, what was your thinking about putting him last?
Matt's game is very strong. He hits fairways, he hits greens. That's what he does. That's what Matt's strengths are. And to have somebody who hits fairways and hits greens, if it really comes down to it, that's what you want. So, Matt could be in a wonderful position tomorrow afternoon. I certainly hope he is.
Number 4, please.
Darren, go back to the point about Rory. He's played, not only has he played 4 sessions at a very high level, but he's played them in a highly charged environment. and he's been very emotional. And I thought over the closing holes, even though they won, he looked like he was a little weary coming down the stretch. Do you have any sense of that?
Absolutely not. No, Rory, I've spoken to, obviously I've got 5 guys that have played every match so far. We went into this week and I've spoken to every one of them about the possibility of having to do so. And every one of them said, by all means, whatever you ask of me, they will do their best. Now, whilst I appreciate what you've said about Rory going out there and playing as charged up as he is, he's a young man and he's playing some of the best golf of his life right now. So, I know for a fact that he can't wait to get on that tee tomorrow morning. So I have no worries about Rory.
Let's go 1 and then 3. 1 first.
Darren, how would you summarize or sum up Martin Keimer's performance so far? And since you put him on 11, that leads to the question, was it on purpose or randomly, given the fact that in Medina he was second to last as well?
It wasn't randomly, no. Martin has worked so hard this week and has been a great part of the team. He has spoken up in team meetings, as I would expect from a double major champion. So, he's down there tomorrow. We've gone through the list and trying to put people where we wanted to put them specifically. Justin Rose, for example, likes playing number 4. He's had great success of playing at number 4, and Martin down there as well for that reason. So, in answer to your question, yes, he's there for a reason. Not just because of Medina, but he's there for a reason. And also, he's been a very, very important part of the team this week.
3, please.
Darren, Rory and Patrick Reed have been outstanding, not just in terms of the quality of their golf, but the passion that they've shown.
Yes.
Do you and Davis feel you almost owed it to golf and owed it to the people who are tuning in across the world to put that game on and put them toe-to-toe?
Well, we didn't speak to each other about where he was going to put Patrick, and he probably guessed where I was going to put Rory, but we didn't have a conversation about that. So, I think the fact that it's come out in the draw it's a mouth-watering prospect for the first match off tomorrow morning.
Straight back, number 4, please.
Darren, 2 quick ones here.
Sorry.
First of all, could you just tell a little bit about what did you say to Lee Westwood after his tough finish and going into tomorrow?
Well, Lee played fantastic all day. I don't know much of the golf that you watched. He played fantastic all day. The shot that he hit out of the bunker, to hit it to where he did, to hit the shot that he did to get it that close in 18, and indeed the one that Danny hit out of the bunker to get it up there. He gave himself every opportunity. It was a downhill, right to left putt that he would probably make 9 times out of 10, but you add Ryder Cup pressure and he missed it. It happens in professional golf. But his golf all day was fantastic, and he's disappointed, but he's ready to get out there and play again tomorrow.
And number 1, please.
A corollary to that, how's Lee's psyche?
Lee's fine. Lee's a veteran. He's done this many, many times, and he's disappointed. He's disappointed more for the team than himself when he came off the golf course. He's now back focused on what he needs to do tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up with number 2.
Just a quick question, Darren. Was there ever any thought to have Lee putt first and have Willett putt second?
Yeah, that was, there's sometimes you got to leave it up to the players to see what they think is best. I could have ran onto the green and said, no, Lee, you go first, because within our captain's agreement, we're allowed to do that. We're the only ones that are allowed to give advice. In saying that, Danny's putt was coming down on exactly the same sort of line. And so Lee had to move his marker, so it was exactly on the same line. So they were trying to get the read off Danny's putt coming down there. So, they were trying to, as opposed to Lee going first, as you suggested, they were trying to give themselves the best information possible before he hit the putt. And unfortunately, it didn't go in. He did everything right. The ball didn't go in.
European Ryder Cup captain Darren Clarke, thank you.
Thank you.
Sleep fast, lots of golf left.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right. We'll do it again one
Yeah,
more
we
time,
will.
right?